they came out, they're a shooting team, they're a scoring team, and, whenever you have a team that can score and put the ball up the way they can, it's tough. And we came back, we really couldn't hit much in the first half, but really that's been our story all year. All year we go down double digits and fight back. Tonight we just, coming back from that road trip, coming east to west, that's tough. There's no excuse in this league. Everybody's going to have to make that trip at some point in time, but, it is disappointing. But we got to figure out a way to come out with more energy to start off the game. There's no need for us to be down 10 points, 12 points, 15 points, 20 points every game in the first half. I can't think of a game where we've been up by 20, and I can't think of a game where we haven't been down double digits. So something needs to be addressed. We got to figure this out as a team. Including myself. There's no need for us to keep getting out to these slow starts. Tonight there was, maybe an excuse because of, the travel and just not having the legs, because, the legs really weren't there all night. But just in general all season, that's been our story.
How about at home? Is there something that makes it a little bit difficult this year?
No, nothing at all. We're getting the best crowds we've ever had. My first couple of years, we couldn't get anybody in the stands, and we were winning every game. So, as far as home court advantage or this or that, now we've lost a couple of tough ones: New Orleans, Miami, now this one. We just lost a couple of ones at home that we normally will get, and as we improve as a team, we'll probably get towards the end of the year.
You had a minute to go. You had a good look at the three, which would have tied the game.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt bad. Had a couple of plays that hurt. That one. All my shots have been short all night. Every time I made a shot a jumper, I was surprised if it went in. And then the Lowry and one. It was my first time really in front of him all game, and I knew he was primarily a driver, but I didn't really understand how quick he was, and the second time he got by me, or the first time he got by me, I wasn't ready for it. The second time I was able to get a block because you have a better feel for him, but unfortunately the first time I was in front of him was with 30 seconds to go in the game, and he got that and one.